I'm yours sincerely, Dr. Samuel Mustapha, your anchor on politics and perspectives on your favorite online digital television, Ifako-Ijaiye television. In the studio today for a very different, totally different topic, but very interesting topic. I have to my right, Comrade Gbenga Agoye.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here again today.
Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. We always love to see you when you are here.
Thank you
because
so much.
We know that the discussion will be very interesting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And to my left, I have Comrade Prince Taiwo Shomoye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good day, viewers. It's my pleasure to be here once again.
Anytime you are here, and especially when I have a combination of Taiwo and Gbenga, I feel at home because I know my our viewers will enjoy a very interesting debate, interesting and factual debate that is devoid of insults and all the rest. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm always happy when you are here. So the topic we want to discuss today has to do with the All Progressive Congress nationally now. And the topic is APC's primaries. Is it an election, a selection, or an imposition? The topic again, APC's primaries, that is nationwide. Is it an election, or let's say was it an election, or was it a selection, or was it an imposition? Let me start with Comrade Gbenga Agoye, your opening remarks, very briefly.
All right. Good evening, viewers. My name is Gbenga Agoye, as I've been introduced. The topic is a very interesting one. Whether the APC primaries is an imposition or selection or election. I think whichever way you look at it, the three assertions are actually in the APC constitution. So
imposition is in the APC constitution?
Not imposition. The word used in that constitution is how do I call it now? What is a consensus? Consensus. So it's not imposition. So it's consensus. So I want to believe that every politics is local, and in every area, state or local government, they have their peculiarity. That's right. And they have their way of conducting the primary, which the constitution actually asks for in selecting the party representative. Okay.
My dear Comrade Taiwo Shomoye, your opening remarks.
Yeah, the just concluded primaries of the APC. I have mixed feelings towards that. My own feeling is that actually the constitution of the party actually supported the 3 steps you've mentioned. Like my comrade said.
Supported only 2.
No.
The third one is different. The third one that the constitution supported is consensus. Consensus is different from imposition.
Wait, we're trying to, let's not use the imposition now. The constitution has actually supported.
My topic says imposition.
Yeah, that is where we're going. But in the course of the consensus, now the third one, the party's constitution has actually supported consensus. The first one with the primaries to be either direct or indirect or consensus. So either of these 3. But having said that, the consensus, the way it is now being operated, sounds and looks more like imposition. It's just that it's been pancaked, or it's been given a facelift to show that it's a consensus arrangement. But basically, it's more of a imposition. But having said that, the 36 states primaries that, especially the gubernatorial and other offices, the National Assembly and State Assemblies primaries that were conducted, they were all marred with
irregularities.
In fact, violence, irregularities, all sorts of things, which to me, I think we need to really sit down and discuss
and find solution to
it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I want us to pick some states in particular. I want us to make reference to Lagos, Imo, Ogun, Oyo, Zamfara. Maybe let me limit myself to those five now. Maybe as the discussion goes on, you will bring some additional ones. Imo State, there were serious problems, especially as far as the gubernatorial primaries was concerned. So, what's your thought on that?
Well, like I said earlier on, that every politics is local, and when you have a political structure, particularly in the state, every actor, every player wants to be relevant.
Okay.
Yes, and I understand that at the point the governor brought his son-in-law to contest that position of governorship, and people, there were cries and what have you around that, they don't want him, they don't want this and that. But one of the things I understand about politics is that when you have somebody who is in position and who has a wherewithal and all of that to fight a position for a position, all you need to do is to galvanize yourself, arrange yourself. If you don't like what is coming, then position yourself in such a way that you will puncture that. And how do you puncture that? You get people to also match up with that arrangement that is on ground. And that is when the party itself, the membership of the party and the stakeholders in the party, when they know what to do. If they are not, sold their souls,
their conscience.
You understand, they are conscious to the man on the seat. For example, we all know, I don't want us to even go to Lagos first. Let's deal with the issue of Imo. I understand their first primary election was cancelled by the National Working Committee because
they had 2 different results.
You understand? So they had 2 different results. So they had to reconduct that primary. And at the end of the day, I understand that the son-in-law of the governor still came, first. And he became the flag bearer, while the governor also got the senatorial ticket of the party.
Okay, that's another area we're still coming to. The governors turning the Senate to their retirement.
That's their retirement office.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Before we go to Imo, if we look at the genesis, like for every problem, there's always an underlying factor that will actually leads to a problem.
Okay.
Some time ago, I think that was in July, if I'm right, when the party actually conducted the congresses. And all the congresses, hardly will you find a state that you don't have parallel leaders. I mean, how do you put it now? It's Congress. Excuse, thank you very much. And aftermath of the Congress, APC tried to set up an appeal reconciliation committee to reconcile all these warring factions. Unfortunately, these were not achieved. And that is now what now boomeranged at this primary level.
Okay.
You understand? I wish APC is a new party, though, and this is the first test of Congress. The last Congress they did was their first test. How wish they've done that in the past? Or I wish the party has done its primaries before that Congress. Probably things would have been a little bit manageable. I have to say that.
It's not possible. Because there is finance.
Yeah, that's right. I say, I wish. But that is actually what actually exposed the party to all this. And to mind you, it's not only peculiar to APC, but we are just discussing.
No, we are discussing APC now.
Now let's go to Imo. Before we go to Imo, let me say
you have only 30 seconds.
There is no state in Nigeria.
Okay.
So don't let us be restricted to just few states or 5 states.
Okay.
There is no state in Nigeria that APC does not have this kind of congresses. That is why APC actually needs to sit down, go to the drawing boards and look. To me, Imo State, for example, we don't call that kind of thing an election. That is my own personal opinion. We had already known, the governor had already told us who is going to be his successor.
Okay.
So, and we were told that an election was conducted. It was a charade, which means that it was an imposition with a make-up face. The one conducted by the NWC Senate Committee headed by Gulag, he conducted his own, he gave his own verdict. The governor said no, they were not happy because his own anointed son was not the one picked. You understand? That crisis is still there. As we are talking today, there are two groups in Nimo. I don't know the one INEC is actually going to accept. Probably is the one that the NWC eventually now acknowledge.
Yes. Okay, then will all of us, the three of us here, be right if we say that this is not the end of this particular problem or challenges? Because some people might say go to court. Is it something that you foresee? Well,
the beauty of democracy is the freedom for people to, exercise to vent their anger and to seek a redress for whatever grievances or dissatisfaction they might have. However, I think the party itself needs to have a reconciliation mechanism that is strong enough to ensure that there is no implosion in the party.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Sorry. 30 seconds to respond.
Yes. There are three ways in which this thing will eventually play out. The first one is that some warring faction might approach the court. The second one is that some people that if it is not well managed, they might probably do what we call anti-party and vote for another party just to punish whoever that they think has imposed. And the third one is that if the party is so, like he said, have a good mechanism, where a reconciliatory mechanism in place, and they're able to manage this before the election proper. So it's either of these three things that will play out.
Okay, dear viewers, we thank you for staying tuned. We want to go for a quick break and we'll be right back.
We thank you all for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We love you all. And just in case you haven't, please log on to youtube.com and search for Ifako-Ijaiye Television Blitz and click on the red button to subscribe. You can also connect with us on any of our social media platforms, our Twitter at Ifako-Ijaiye TV, our Facebook Ifako-Ijaiye Television Lagos, Instagram Ifako-Ijaiye TV. Our website is www.ifako-ijaiye-tv.com, and you could also write to us at ifako-ijaiye-television@gmail.com. I am Olaide Umadibu and I endorse Ifako-Ijaiye TV. Ifako-Ijaiye Television, the pride of the people.
Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television.
Ifako-Ijaiye Television, Ifako-Ijaiye Television, the pride of the people. Torí yín ni gbogbo yín pátápátá ẹjá jọ máa wò torí pé tẹlifíṣàn tó kó alọ́gbọ́n fún ni nímọ̀ máa fòye yé ni òye ayé a máa yé ní bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wá sì jẹ́ ti fàájì ni entertainment káyì ibẹ̀ lọ́sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹjá jọ máa wò yẹmíṣàn ní ìdìbò àkàlà pìrìsẹ́ńtà tó screen gbà kókò yẹbẹ ẹkùn ọkọ̀ yá àfẹ́ bàbá àbẹ́jì mi ò kì í gbégbó ẹ̀ ibẹ̀ ni mo kẹfẹ́ tẹ̀sí mò ń wò ní correct.
Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television.
Ifako-Ijaiye TV, Ifako-Ijaiye TV.
Ifako-Ijaiye TV.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching, guys.
Gbangba la ṣántà àwọ̀ kí ìlú mọ̀ Olúwa ló fi rán wa adé ọ̀kín òjò tẹ̀yẹkẹ́yẹ.
Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Keep watching.
You are welcome back, and you are still watching Politics and Perspectives on Ifako-Ijaiye Television. I still have in the studio with me, I have Comrade Gbenga Agoye. He's a wonderful person. We like you and we appreciate you. I also have Comrade Taiwo Shomoye, the Prince himself. We love you too.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. The topic we are discussing on the program today is APC's primaries nationwide. Was it an election? Was it a selection? Or was it an imposition? We have tried to discuss Imo because we don't have time. We can't discuss them into details. Now let's come back to Lagos before we go to other states. In Lagos, maybe for the purpose of what has taken place, let's leave the governorship election primaries out of it. My reason is that I'm not saying it's not full of irregularities too. If you ask me, I will tell you some of the irregularities, but I want us to bypass that. If the two of you agree with me, do you?
Yeah, continue.
Okay. So let's go to senatorial House of Reps and probably House of Assembly. But the House of Assembly, I don't think we have much problem there. There hasn't been any for so far so good issues, because in most cases, especially in our own constituency, Ifako-Ijaiye constituency 1, there was processors. I think some of the aspirants stepped down. Am I right? Yes. And some of them stepped down, and the election went well. There was no violence, and a candidate emerged. Okay. So to leave House of Assembly out of it, do you agree to? So let's concentrate on senatorial districts and House of Reps. Where do we start from? Let's start from Senate. This time around, let me start with you. We have 3 senatorial districts in Lagos. Lagos West, which we belong to. We have Lagos to the east and Lagos Central. I think Lagos Central, we don't have issue there. That is where Senator represents, and there was no problem there. So where we can say we have challenges is Lagos East and Lagos West. So your opinion?
Thank you very much. It's just funny that the way you presented it as if, some of them consensus is doing smoothly, because prior to the primary days, we were seeing posters here and there.
No, are you referring to which one are you referring to?
Irrespective of whatever platform.
No, I'm saying what I say.
Senatorial, let's
no, the senatorial, I'm not saying there is no problem. I'm talking about House of Assembly. I said House of Assembly, there might be few challenges, but to the best knowledge of some of us, it went well, and a candidate, let me say candidates are emerged. Although there is still contention regarding Ojokoro, that's Ifako-Ijaiye constituency 02.
Let us face the facts.
Okay,
there's no point hiding behind
it. Let's face
if I know that I don't want to contest, why do I have to waste my resources to gather posters, gather people, even go to the extent of getting nomination forms? At the end of the day, maybe a day to primaries, or maybe that day, okay, I'm stepping down, I'm withdrawing, for no obvious reason. And these are things that...
And that's not democracy.
That is not democracy. In fact, the beauty of democracy is let there be competition. Okay. Let there be an healthy competition. Now, let's restrict ourselves to the senatorial stuff.
Okay. Before we go to...
Some people actually collected forms, expression forms, and these forms are not just peanuts.
A lot of money.
Lot of money. Though part of the democracy, negotiation is part of democracy, which
major part.
We can negotiate. But I expect, my own opinion, that all this ought to have played out before making commitment, going to raise their followers' anticipation, because they have structure on ground in which people will say, my candidate, I'm working for my candidate, only for you as a supporter. Some of them were even shocked when you tell them that, look, do you know your supporter or your principal is no more contested? No. We were with him yesterday night. Some of them it was only through social media they got to know that their principals are not contesting. Now, one of the senatorial districts, which actually caused for some concern, is the Lagos East, I think.
Yeah, and Lagos West too.
Lagos West is still the same.
No, there is. I will tell you the problem is Lagos East. Lagos West. Yes. Maybe let me tell you. You see what happened is that the NWC manipulated it.
In favor of?
In favor of Ijaiye. How do I mean? There are a lot of people, for instance, Honorable Comrade, obtained the form. And it was screened. And when by the time they released the name, his name was not there. For what purpose?
For the election.
For the primaries. His name was completely omitted.
Maybe because initially, during the Congress, some of these people that you are talking about also went on the part of the parallel.
No, so is not known to have been a part of the parallel.
Well, one of the things I think is that I don't know the what's it called, the guidelines towards parameters that was used.
Somebody has screened has passed. That means he has passed.
He has passed. Then why do you now omit his name?
Skipped his name of the ballot.
No, but sir, did you say the result that he's been passed?
The report was there that he passed the screening.
Okay.
Because if someone has not passed the screening, then you let them know.
But I think he actually contested that election because
he didn't.
In my own word.
No, he didn't. Because his name was not on the ballot.
Wow.
He didn't.
Well,
some people only voted for him. Do you understand? Because he was part of it, but his name was not there. Yes, I'm sorry.
And what action did you take on that?
He's a party man. What do you want?
So that is the way. You see, though our democracy is just evolving, but in as much as it's evolving, we still need to put in the best so as to get the best in future. To me, the primaries, especially in Lagos State, I will not consider it as an election. No, that was an election. Okay. I will put it in between selection and imposition, based on our point of discussion today. So, the one for Lagos Senatorial East, in which an incumbent senator couldn't get the ticket, is what is actually still baffling me. Due to, I did some undergrad study, and I was told that probably because of his allegiance to the governor, the incumbent governor, and this, but when I saw the margin, I was a little bit shocked that could it be that election was actually conducted, or the kind of election that we were told they conducted during the gubernatorial is still the kind of election they did in that Lagos East. I am not privy to that. But the margin is so bogus that the man that even beat the incumbent governor is just a member of House of Assembly. You know, though you can use that in politics, it depends on how you do your groundwork.
Yes.
But having said that, I think that one too gives me a concern as how could an incumbent just put it like that.
Okay. Well, let me go to.
Yeah, I have a contrary opinion about that because for anyone who has been in Lagos politics for a long time, you would have known who Honorable Bayo Shomoye is. It's called Pepe, popularly called Pepe. And politically, he's a very strong.
Peppering all of them.
Yes, he's a very strong political leader and a grassroots person in that senatorial district. And having said that, I want to believe, personally, I am of the opinion that if you have served for 2 terms in an office, you should also give some other guys, the opportunity to run. Because if we keep one person in one position for a longer time, then the younger generation would have no opportunity to even make their own contribution to governance. And so the primary for me, it's a normal thing. Okay. So if you feel that I can beat the incumbent, so it's about the people and it's about the structure of the party. So one of the things that I feel that is lacking in most of all our political office occupier is the fact that when they get to office, they tend to forget that their main asset are the people. Okay. Because once you have the people, at any day, at any point in time, you can always decide where the vote will swing. So, but when you get into that place and you feel like, now I am now an Abuja boy, and then you don't come back to them and all of that. They always, one of the things I love the politicians for, most especially the people at the grassroots, is that they always reserve your cake till the time that you will come. So 4 years is just like a 4 days before them. So they will endure that time. And I'm not saying that Senator Ashafa was unable to perform or something, but I think it should be. The second time should be an exit point for another person to come in. So whatever the results of that
second time.
This is second time.
No. It took over from.
This is the second time of Gbenga.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. That second time is enough.
Okay,
so now for Lagos West, whether you like it or not, Ijaiye remain a very formidable force.
A formidable where? It's not formidable. After, like you just said, he went to Abuja and he forgot that he has a constitution.
Yes.
What's the difference in Abuja? He went to state only for governor.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I am not for Ijaiye.
Okay.
But when you mention the name Ijaiye, it rings well. However, performance-wise, some people, you know,
not some, most people.
Because Lagos, see, one of the things I tell people is that if you are a senator occupying the position of the Senate in Lagos West, you are a potential governor.
Yes.
Because you have the largest half of the state is on your side. And so you must know how to play that game to ensure that you are able to carry your
people. If senator, yes. we can't see his influence.
Yes, I agree with the fact that his governorship ambition, you know, got the best out of him, and he could not be able to spend all the money there more. Okay. And that I think is.
Sir, before you go to the next question, I just want to make a comment to what he said. If you are saying Senator Gbenga should be okay with the 2 terms he has served, how about the other senators that have served equally 2 terms?
Like
I can tell you authoritatively because I watched Senator Oluremi Tinubu saying that she's not running again. And I saw the members of the constituency organizing a program to say that
she must run.
And
believe me,
I can tell you as a secretary, sir, in Lagos State today, or in
she's the whole best performing
the only senator, not because she's the wife of former governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I can tell you that this is the only senator that I can vouch that will always go back to his people at every time, and we always do what we call the constituency meeting and all of that, rewarding his people and all of that.
And empowering.
So I have not seen any other senator performing in that.
Lagos has benefited
from federal.
They are benefiting.
I want to know that this is a woman that also sponsored the bill for the special status in Lagos. But because of the politics that is playing out there, she had to fight them and say that, look, all of you guys, you should give Lagos a special status.
And you know what we do? Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we'll go to other states.
Okay.
And before we go to other states, we'll still come to federal constituency, Ifako-Ijaiye federal constituency briefly, then we'll go to other states. We'll be right back.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you haven't, please log on to youtube.com and search for Ifako-Ijaiye Television Blitz. Click the red button and please do not forget to thumb up. You can also connect with us on any of our social media platforms, website www.ifako-ijaiye.com, Twitter @Ifako-Ijaiye TV, Facebook Ifako-Ijaiye TV Lagos, Instagram Ifako-Ijaiye TV, email address ifako-ijaiye-television@gmail.com. My name is Mustapha and I endorse Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Ifako-Ijaiye Television, the pride of the people.
Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Gbangba la ṣántà àwọ̀ kí ìlú mọ̀, Olúwa ló fi rán wa, adé ọ̀kín òjò tẹ̀yẹkẹyẹ.
Ẹ máa wo Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Make sure you wo, ẹ máa wo Ifako-Ijaiye Television. Make sure, oh, you come back. Make sure, kolo lọ níbò mi, just dúró sórí www.Ifako-Ijaiye television.com.
Special greetings to all our viewers all around the world. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please log on to youtube.com and search for Ifako-Ijaiye Television Blitz and click on subscribe, the red button. You can also connect with us on any other of our social media platforms. Our website is www.ifako-ijaiye.com, our Twitter handle @Ifako-Ijaiye TV, our Facebook Ifako-Ijaiye TV Lagos, Instagram Ifako-Ijaiye TV. Email address ifako-ijaiye@gmail.com. My name is Olaide Mwalibu and I endorse Ifako-Ijaiye TV. Ifako-Ijaiye TV, the pride of the people.
Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye, Ifako-Ijaiye Television.
Viewers at home, yes, glue your eyes to no other station except Ifako-Ijaiye Television. That is what everybody watch now. Don't touch the dial. Ifako-Ijaiye TV at on www.ifako-ijaiye.tv.com.
We want to thank you, our dear viewers, for staying tuned because you are so important to us. Very, very important to us. You are welcome back to the studio, and the topic we are discussing on policies and perspectives today is APC's primaries. Was it an election? Was it a selection, or was it an imposition? And we have been joined by another comrade of ours, comrade of repute and a community leader for that matter, Comrade Jude. Ndoh. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good to be with you, for you to be with us too.
Thank you.
Okay, and we hope that we'll be able to learn from your experience in the community leadership.
God's willing.
Okay. So, I still have my other colleagues, my other panelists, my other comrades, Comrade Taiwo, Shomoye, and Taiwo Shomoye. I want to take your name. And Comrade Gbenga, Agoye. Thank you both for your patience. Now, we were discussing about APC's primaries. We've gone to Imo. We are now in Lagos. I think we said we want to go to Ogun, Oyo, and probably Zamfara. So, because we will not have enough time, we want us to be as brief as possible in our discussions, in our contributions. Now, in Lagos, we discussed the governorship. No, we didn't discuss the governorship. We discussed the senatorial. Now we discussed the House of Assembly. We said that one is in no area because it was. Then let's go to House of Representatives. That is Ifako-Ijaiye. House of Representatives. What do you call it? Federal constituency. But not only Ifako, I want to go to some other areas. But let's start from Ifako-Ijaiye. Your thoughts.
Well, it was of a truth that the primary for the House of Reps held across the wards in Ifako-Ijaiye, except for 1 or 2 wards that were cancelled, and then in Ojokoro, I think 2 that
2 were cancelled, yes,
were inconclusive, rather. So, and I want to believe that a winner emerged from that primary. And then, but you know the way politics is, like I said earlier on when we are starting this program, that the party has 3 modalities of picking their candidate. It's either through direct, indirect primary, or consensus. So whichever way, with the situation on ground now, I don't know which one to call it, whether it is direct primaries / consensus. Because I don't want to call it an imposition, because I know that every of the aspirants that we call players in this game, they were all involved in the decision of the party that give rise to whoever must have emerged now as the party's flag bearer. Okay. So that's my take, sir.
Okay. Before I go to Comrade, now I will skip you. I'll go to Comrade Jude Ndoh. But before I do that, I want to disagree slightly with you.
Okay, sir.
Direct primary, indirect primary, consensus, yes. But what happened is not consensus, is an imposition outrightly. So that's where I disagree with you.
Well, maybe when we go on discussion, we will expand on that.
And by then we will agree. Comrade Jude, Ndoh, your contribution.
Yeah, just like he said, the party have 3 methods of selecting their candidates for a particular position.
Okay.
Direct primaries, indirect, and consensus. But I think it's high time we start telling ourselves the gospel truth. Okay. No. If we want direct primaries, let's spell it out that yes, this thing is direct primaries and we have to go by it and by the rules guiding direct primaries. If it's going to be consensus, let's know that yes, all of us will sit down and pick a particular person.
Okay.
If it's going to be indirect, we know that yes, okay, the delegates will come and do it. Then if it's going to be Baba Sokwe, we should know that yes, as it used to be, the owner of the party may decide and say, come, this is the person I want to use. If you are not placed, go to another party.
And form your, or you go and form your own party.
You see, that's making it 4.
Instead of
3 types, 3 ways of picking a candidate. But what we have here today is, I strongly have, at the emergence of the party, national party chairman of Shomoye, I had every confidence to believe him. From the day one, he said he wants a direct primary. And I said, for once, we will be getting it right in this country. But unfortunately, in between, immediately we finished the governorship primaries, it's like we went back to status quo. It's very, very unfortunate.
Okay.
So I won't call it election. I won't call it selection, because if it's selection, 2, 3, 4, 5 people will sit down and say this is the person we want. Yeah. It's direct imposition.
So it's an imposition.
It's an imposition we have in Ifako-Ijaiye.
And that is not right.
It is not. It's not right. It's not healthy for our democracy. It won't grow our democracy. Let's take it that way.
Okay, let me now go to, I'm sorry for skipping you. I know you are pregnant with a lot of...
I'm even happy Comrade Jude spoke what we've already discussed earlier. You can see when people that are genuine in their thoughts talk, they always have similarities in what they say. You see, whatever that is worth doing at all, let us be candid with ourselves. Okay. It should be worth doing well. Until we will not get it right in this country, irrespective of whatever party we're talking about now, until the power actually rests on the people, until our leaders start to understand that, look, there's no individual that owns a political party. Okay. As far as Nigeria is concerned, we still don't have any independent candidature. All parties that we have, political parties, should be funded and be organized by the people. But as long as you have few elements, being the backbone, financial backbone, these are the kind of things that will be happening. In Ifako-Ijaiye now, let us restrict ourselves to Ifako-Ijaiye. We actually played the kind of game that played out up to today. I cannot still phantom it. Direct primary is what the states adopted. They said there will be election for the House of Rep. The candidates all obtained forms. I think they even went to Abuja for the forms. Yeah. They all came home. They all said they were all prepared, talked to their followers and supporters. Then everybody went out to vote. Yes, it's normal. There's no 100% election or voting exercise. Yeah. If there are issues, if there are problems in some wards, then you isolate that. I don't know. Maybe my colleague, Comrade Gbenga, will probably tell me if actually the result has been declared. Me, I'm still waiting. If the results, an election is conducted and the results has not been declared or declared partially, are we going to reconduct or do a runoff in those wards We were not even told. We were still expecting. Before you know it, the party A is claiming victory, party B is claiming victory. Everybody, we were not just in the limbo. At the end of the day, we just came out and heard that, oh, someone is now... The rationale behind the eventual winner till today is still a mystery to me. I don't know about others, but to me, what? So
and what made it worse? Let me tell you.
How did it was the election released? I want you to tell me if it was released.
Okay.
Because I was following it up.
The result was not released officially, and I will explain.
As we speak, sir.
Let me just tell you something.
I can't tell you, nobody can convince me now that yes, we have a particular candidate for a particular house. Because, reason, as at on the 5th, yeah, we're having that yes, a particular aspirant from Ojokoro, right?
As that
the Speaker of Lagos State Office of Assembly is a preferred.
Right Honorable Obasa.
Yeah, right Honorable Obasa prefers a particular candidate from Ojokoro. That is Honorable Olabi. You know, as a day before yesterday, we were made to understand that the national chairman had an agreement with all serving APC senators and reps. And that agreement is desirous to follow that agreement to the letter.
Suddenly yesterday.
What they published yesterday was still as on the 5th. We are talking about the national issue for yesterday.
What was the resolution with the chairman of the party?
The resolution of the chairman of the party was that all serving assembly member, be it rep or senate, will be returned unopposed automatically.
None of them have been resolved.
Would that be termed as constitutional?
It is not. So everything, the whole exercise
is a sham. It's a sham.
And that is why I want to say that one, the insincerity on the part of the contestants themselves, and secondly, the fact that in Ifako-Ijaiye local government, I have been a champion, you know, of talking to leaders in Ifako-Ijaiye, political leaders, to have a kind of a leaders platform whereby they can decide to say that, okay, this time around for this election, let us agree who among us should represent us. Okay. And all of them put their strength behind them. Yeah. But what we have had...
television, Gbenga la Shanta, Awoki Ilumo, Oluwa lo fi ran wa, Ade ori oke Ositeyekeye. Orúkọ mi ni Damlola Mustapha, Ifako-Ijaiye television, ẹ máa wò lọ.
Ifako-Ijaiye television. Ifako-Ijaiye television. Gbenga la Shanta, Awoki Ilumo, Oluwa lo fi ran wa, Ade oke Ositeyekeye.